Okay. Hello everyone. So this is a presentation of our application, backend API of our application, the dating app that we are creating for the project in software engineering. So we have added a lot more APIs this time. Starting with the first one is the matchmaking API. So matchmaking, the entire process of matchmaking inside a dating app are handled by these APIs. So we have the matches API, then like, dislike. This is if a user likes a profile. This is if a user does not like a profile. Then we have reporting user, blocking, and unblocking user APIs. Followed by that, we also have messaging APIs, for which we have uh, sending a message to another user. We have conversations for a specific user, and we have like getting all the conversations that the current user have. Also, we have added a new API which allows the user to delete their profile if they want to. Now, these all the APIs are also added as a Swagger documentation where we can test all the APIs that we have created, and uh, we can try it out, which my partner Ane will give a demonstration shortly. Also, followed by that, for all the APIs, we have also created following test cases for each of the APIs. So for disliking, we have a test case function for like users, and then for block, for unblocking users, reporting users. So every new API that we have created a corresponding test case for it. And the steps for running the test cases remain the same. So if I go and run this command, go test and this week, it will, okay. Now if I run this command, it will fetch the test case file and run all the test cases that we have. It will take some time this time because the number of test cases has increased. Okay, so once the testing is done, all the result of the test cases will be stored in a file, test results JSON, where you can see everything, every different test case that we have. So for that request, we have created not found. So we have like success for like, we have target user not found. So we have a lot of test cases which covers all the different scenarios that can occur when a user hits an API or when the application is using an API. So this is related to the new APIs that we have created and the test cases that we have. Now my partner Ane will give you a demonstration of the new APIs that we have created. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'll show you some of the APIs and how they'll work in the backend. My friend Abhijit has already showed you what all APIs that we have included in this sprint. So I'll just take you to Postman and now we'll check how one of them works in detail. So let us consider a scenario where there are two users. One user is Alice, another is Bob. So these two users have logged in separately, and we consider a case when the user, so in login, what we get an output as token and the user ID. So when Alice is logged in, we'll get the particular token ID for him, which is used for authorization at all times. And the other thing is his personal user ID. So, and similarly for the second user, Bob, we'll get the token and the user ID. Now, for instance, the first user, that is Alice, sends a like to, he sees his profile and wants to give him a like. So we'll just post an API for like and with the corresponding user ID. For example, Alice wanted to like Bob, so he just posted it, and the token that is used here is his personal token ID that is used for the authorization. Alice's user token, and for the response we'll get that the user has been liked, but it has not been matched yet because the other user has not liked your profile. So continuing that, if Bob sends the similar kind of a post request that is like for Alice using his own token, so the like is true, and this time the user gets matched. They get notified that you get matched with the person, and now you'll be able to interact with each other. The second step comes here is how to send the messages. So once the user are liked by each other, so they can initiate messages among them, and for doing that they do need the authorization again. For each and every step within the application we need the authorization token, and for sending messages we'll just hit the messages post request, which include our content, what we are saying in the message, and also to whom we are sending it. If we try sending it to another user which we have not matched with, it will not work. It will only work with the person that we will get matched with. So for instance, we had a match with this person, and so we sent a message, hey, we matched. If I try to give it to a different person, so it will show that you can only send messages to a user that you have matched with. So since we are not matched with this user, so we'll be not able to give him a message. Also similarly, we'll give a counter message that hi, we nice to meet you. And for getting all the messages, we correspondingly get the messages for that particular user. That for instance, now when we recalled it, it was only one message, but yeah, now there are two messages that we have sent. So nice to meet you, and hey, we have matched. And for getting all the conversations at once, we just hit the get request for conversations. That will list out all the conversations that we had with the person. It will include all these information also about the user that will be required in the messaging tab. If the user has an unread message, if the user has at what time the user has sent the message, and all these informations that will be required in the messaging tab. So this is one of the user case that we have implemented on in this sprint. Other than that, we had implemented a few more which are working on the similar sense, like blocking a user and reporting a user, which works directly. Like we if we want to directly report a user, we'll just include his user ID and report him. And similarly, blocking also works in the same way. And unblocking a user, just we'll just post a delete request for the same target ID, and it'll just unblock the user. So yeah, that is it for the this sprint. My friend has already listed you all the test cases that we have for all these APIs that we develop. So this is all we have. Thank you.